I wouldn't say we look after people here. That would be a bit presumptuous, I think. The society does throw people out in the streets that it refuses to support and creates as well. So it creates problems and then tries to hide it away. So it does tend to be a magnet for some of the more acutely homeless people that are unfortunate, and that is our fault. And they do tend to come here because there's free food, free accommodation and security, and I would do the same thing. So we have I don't think anybody has a problem with that at all, and we shouldn't talk about it as though we're doing something special, The fact of the matter is that they are coming from places where they should be looking after them or helping out, or shouldn't even let them get in that state in the first place, They might even want to be, I don't know. But I think it's remarkable that this very new social organisation that we have here in the Occupy London campsite is able to do it where the state, the mighty state and the church are not able to do it.
I came here nearly 3 weeks ago. It was on November the 1st. And I spoke with this gentleman. His name is Robin Smith. I'm here today to find out what the latest is, because evidently there's been eviction notices being handed out, etc. So, Robin, what's going on today? What's happening?
Well, actually, it's a bit of an anticlimax, I think, really, because what they did yesterday at 6 o'clock was to give us a deadline to clear out or face eviction, to start the legal process. And of course, we're still here. We're astonished, actually, because this will be the third time now where they've given us more publicity, and which is exactly what we need to get the message to the people of the country. So they've done it again. So we are amazed at how feckless they are, shall we say. But I don't think they have a choice anyway, because they've got to do something, as a City of London corporation. But unfortunately, it's always going to be worse for them, because what we're here for is to point out the things that are wrong in our society systemically, and it points the finger directly in their direction at least. And more publicity just means that that's going to reinforce that further than it was before. So we think it's great news. We're very confident. Apparently the legal team are very confident. And also, the plot's thickening on the land rights issue as well, which I've been engaged in. And there's red and green land. There's a little patch of green land over by the cobblestones up there, a very small patch, which does definitely belong to the church. But all of the rest of the land which the tents are on is red land. And that is what is under scrutiny, if you like, by the legal action, because nobody genuinely knows who owns it. So it will be up to the judge, based on evidence, through the law, the way they do the law, I don't know. Whether it's through who's been there the longest or who by natural right has it, will get it. They will gain possession of it. Now, of course, I think it's common land. If nobody owns it, it's common land, no doubt about it. It belongs to the people. So that means nobody can charge rent for it. It does not. It's not owned. It's not an asset to any private corporation. They can't use it for equity release. Nothing. It's common land. So I think that's very interesting. I don't think it will go that way in the end, because the law tends to favour private property and land, which we all know is unjust and impractical too. And it's about the psychology of power, I think. And if you're in a powerful position and you start getting challenged on that for the first time, obviously the first thing you're going to do is just mock them and say how weak you are, and that you've got no chance. Then you realise they're not giving up, and you start taking it seriously. And then, basically, in the end, you cave in, especially if it is just and practical, the complaint, which of course this is. So I don't know if I captured all of what Andy said and what Tony Benn said, but I think that's the general idea. At first they tried to intimidate you with power, and in the end they cave in.
They cave in. So, where do you think this is all going to end up? Just say, if you could be a visionary, where do you see this in, say, a couple of months' time or whatever?
Well, I don't know, because we came here, and I came here I thought it would be here for 2 days, and we've been here 4 weeks now, you know, or nearly 5 weeks. I'm astonished, and time's flying by. And I would like, I mean, it looks like things are starting to move actually in the powerful places. It feels like they are. So we're sort of halfway through that Gandhi phrase right now. They're not laughing anymore. They know we're deadly serious. This is not a game. And so it looks like things are moving. I would like, if David Cameron, Ed Miliband and all the rest of that lot finally woke up and got up on the stand and said they've got a point, there are serious problems which they are not responsible for, we are going to seek out what they are, seriously, not one of these Mickey Mouse inquiries where their mates lead it up, proper serious independent inquiry, or even just started asking questions about it themselves, I would leave in the morning.
So you would go?
Yeah.
And the campsite might disband?
I would. I don't know what the rest of the camp would, yeah. Because that would be good enough for me. I think that's fair play. You know, at least they're talking about it now. At the moment, they're fast asleep. They don't even know what we mean yet. And yet we've been here for 5 weeks, you know.
Are you more organised, say, I mean, I would say on November the 1st. Are you more organised now or less organised? What do you think?
I think we're a bit less organised, actually, to be honest with you. But we have got much more experience now, which I think is more valuable, you know. So as a social organisation, we have improved significantly, okay. But the level of organisation is not as intense as it used to be, okay.
Why is that? Any reason why?
I think people get burnt out, you know, they come and go, so you can go for 3 weeks doing this and then that's it, you know.
You get tired.
17-hour days, not much sleep, very intense, very enjoyable, very exciting, that's why you can do that many hours, yeah. So it's not slavery or anything, it's very, very interesting if you're fortunate enough not to have to live on the streets, which a lot of us are still. Got a purpose being here as well, you know, by doing this stuff.
And your purpose is?
Well, we have an economics think tank, and I've been banging my head against a brick wall for 4 years, trying to talk to MPs, politicians, leaders of industry, academics, anybody, and they are not interested. This is making them interested, it's waking them up. The other interesting event that happened today was that we've occupied a third site. I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's in a UBS bank-owned property. So it's actually in a building. So we're basically squatting in a building now from this morning. That's a big, huge office block that's been empty for a while, derelict building. So that's the third London site that's just come up this morning. So that's the interesting news.